Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Every community needs products and services. Now, I've talked about this on different angles and everything because here's the thing. When you're in business, you basically in service to your community. Now, when I say your community, I don't mean a large public. You can have a niche community, but they still need products and services. You know, I was reading something in this book yesterday about nerd culture. Nerds, they need certain products and services and everything. You know, it's like, it could be like some clothing, could be books, it could be a conference, something like that. But they want to come together, like, okay, using that nerd example. There are conferences, or there are a lot of these cons that, Comic Cons and everything like that, sci-fi cons, whatever you want to call them. That's how they started. They didn't start off big. Now, some of them have become major, be having thousands of people. They didn't start off big. They started off maybe small, but there was a community for them. Or you get like some of these Comic Cons where you have cosplay. There's a whole business behind that. People who can create these costumes, create this makeup and everything. There's a business that started behind it. And it could be anything. It could be anything. Like you got businesses that serve the goth community. Like when you a lot of malls you go in, they'll have these stores and they'll have these different t-shirts, they'll have these different things that really serve the goths. But that's one community. It could be a spiritual community. You know, it could be like a Christian community or something. You have, a place that sell Bibles, books, Christian fiction, something like that. Whatever the case, I don't care what the community is. If you have enough people, they need something. They're going to need products that really serve them. It could be whatever. You got some new age communities and everything. They need certain products. They look for certain services. One of the things that you want to do as a business person is think about, what does your community need? Don't just get in business and don't just sell stuff. See, that's how some businesses get in trouble. They'll jump in and they ain't even thinking about their community and, their demographics. In fact, you got some major companies, $1 million, $1 billion companies, they'll pay 5 figures. Shoot, maybe 6 figures, but at least 5 figures just for a report on the particular community that they're serving. Like if you could have in fact, that's a business right there. Studying demographics, studying the demographics of a community, being able to say what this community wants, don't want, who lives in this area. Like I can drive through any area and when I see the stores, I can tell generally what the demographics are of that community. Like where I'm living now, there's a lot of progressives moving in, a whole lot of progressives, because there's a whole lot of yoga studios being started, stores that are offering just vegan food, just getting started. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know who's moving around here. Because the businesses, they wouldn't have got started unless they knew this is what we have around here. When I go to bookstores, I can get a general idea what who their customers are by just looking at what books are being promoted. That's how you have to look at it. You have to look at it, but that's a community. And there's several communities. Subcultures are communities. Subcultures are communities. I don't care what it is. It could be religious. It could be more political. Just some people into some type of hobby or something like that, right? Like if you want to start a business, the first thing, of course, is think about what you have a skill in and what you might even have some expertise in or what you need to develop expertise in. Remember, you remember always connect all my videos together. You can't just watch just one. You have to watch them all, and then you get an idea of what I'm talking about. But you have to first become an expert in that particular community or whatever that field is, and then take a walk around. Like, like if you're thinking about a brick and mortar or a store in a mall or something like that, you need to walk through it. Like when I first moved to this area, I was thinking about a bookstore, like a kiosk selling books. First thing I did was I hit the mall and I was just walking around. And I was like, they ain't gonna buy what I want to sell. And plus there was a bookstore there already. But I knew I had enough sense to like walk through that mall first. You want to check it out. Pay attention to the people in the area and everything. What is the community? Or if, with online, you got so much stuff online. It's easy to find your community online. It's easy to find. It could be something that you're a part of anyway. And so you already have some level of expertise. You're already a part of that community. Okay, what services can you provide? What products can you provide, to that community? You always got to know demographics. Like say you're a vegan cook. You can make some vegan dishes and stuff. All right, that's cool. You want to start a restaurant. You need to say, you might not could start that restaurant next door. That might not be a vegan type of community. You might need to check around. Like go through the grocery stores. Oh, how big are their natural food sections or something like that? Pay attention to people and everything. What other businesses that might appeal to them? Like how many yoga studios are in your area? Something like that. I mean, then that's the product or service. It don't have to always be, don't feel like you have to have anything in particular. You might be able to provide a service, or you might have a nice product that people would like. Like I'll use a yoga example. A lot of yoga studios around here, and a lot of them will have different products that people will like, people will look into. That's the key. That's the key thing. You have to think about, all right, what's my demographic? What area does my demographic live in? You might have to drive a bit. You might live 30 miles away from your demographic. So you might have to set up your brick and mortar in that area, Or if you online, all right, fine, you're online. How do you reach your demographic? How do you reach it? You have to figure out, okay, I need to advertise here, or I need to have these hashtags, this SEO and everything. You need to figure all of that out. But just understand something. Every single community, every single one needs something. Every single one needs something. Every single one needs a business. Every single one. You got to really think about it like that. You have to look at it like that, all right? So anyway, when you get into business, and yeah, of course, you need to be experts at it at first and be goal-oriented, but oriented. I always say tated, man. Ooh. Anyway, but just understand that every community will need those products and those services, okay? You just have to figure out what products they need, what services they need. And I would say not only just start with the expertise, but start with your own community. What does your own community need? All right? What does your own community need? And then expand from that. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. Yeah, I know the deal. Let's go make that money.